Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get started, please subscribe if you're new here. So today we are going to be doing a review plus first impressions of the Jaclyn Hill palette Volume 2. Now, Morphe kindly sent this palette to use on my Instagram, but I wanted to do a first impressions on here just so we can see what the palette is like. It is absolutely stunning. When I saw this palette, I really wanted it. It is a lot of me in this palette. There's the brights, there's the darker berry tones, which you all know I love, and there's the shimmers and the gorgeous nudie tones at the top as well, and there's still that brightness for if you want a little pop or something. Now, I've not even swatched any of these shades or anything like that, so when I put these on my eyes today, it's all going to be for the first time, so I'm super excited. I'm going to stick to these top shades, maybe even come around to some of these, but I want to go for like a nice nudie shimmery eyeshadow look. So as always, I'm applying a eyeshadow base. This is my Helene Double Base Eye Primer in shade 1. I'm just putting this all over the lid. I feel like these shades all have a nice pinky peachy undertone, and the shimmers complement it really nicely because I feel like they've all got that hint of pink and it's like a warm rosy gold feel to it all. So I'm going to go with the shade Perfectionist to start with. I'm using a small round brush. I'm using circle motions and I'm starting from the inner corner. It's actually quite pigmented, like, can you see that? Like how well that's come up already. So I'm just going to dip back in and go along more. Coming round the outside, dabbing, and then circle motions. I'm really impressed with how well that's come on. Like, look how pigmented that is. So for the shade I just used, which I don't know if you can see, was this one. It was Perfectionist. So it is literally exactly how it looks on the pan, on my eye. I feel like sometimes with paler shades, you can put them on the lid and you can't really see them. It's more of a transition shade, whereas this has got the pigment. Now I'm taking Love Handles and I'm taking a fluffier brush and I'm just putting a tiny bit of the colour onto the brush as we've seen how pigmented the other shade was, and we're just going to go over it in light circle motions just to blend everything out. I've just gone into this shade because it looks like a little bit more pinkier. So I'm just blending everything out so it's nice and flawless. And I'm taking this slightly out and up towards the brow. I'm now going to go in with this shade Thick Skin, and I'm going to apply this into my crease and outer corner, going into the crease. I feel like these shades all complement each other really nicely. So far I'm finding they're easy to blend out and very true to the colour in the palette. So I'm just packing this on to the outside. I'm just blending that slightly. We're just creating a little bit of depth here now. So next I just want to pack a bit of this Homebody into the outer corner, and I'm using the same fluffy brush again and I'm just packing this in. Now I'm going to cut the crease, and I'm just going to do a half cut crease today, and then we're going to test out them shimmers and see what they're like. So far I'm really impressed with the mattes and they've blended out lovely. So I'm using this detailer brush from Real Techniques and I'm just going to cut the crease. So we're just going halfway and blending this out. Now I'm taking this flat brush, I'm taking the shade Bougie, I'm packing this onto the brush. I don't know how it's going to come out, so let's find out. So just going to pat it on to where the concealer is in a hope it will stick. So I'm going back in. I find with shimmers anyway, I like to put a bit on, dip back into the shade and apply it again. I feel like that gets me the most coverage. So I'm just putting this on the centre, and then I think on the inside I'm going to use the shade Ride or Diamonds, and I'm just putting this on the inside of the lid. I'll just show you some close-ups of both them shades as well. I'm just going back in with Love Handles, and I'm just going to blend out this edge where the shimmer meets the matte. So I feel like using a brush, the shimmers aren't as intense as what they look in the palette, but what I'm going to do is take my finger, I'm going to take Bougie, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply some to the lid to see if that just makes it that little bit more shimmery. And then I'm just going to go in with Ride or Diamonds and do the same thing. Yes, I feel like that makes all the difference. So I'm just going to blend that out with a brush now. But I feel like if you want an intense shimmer, using your finger will definitely pay off more. I've just applied a tiny bit of liner and also some eyelash glue, because I'm going to glue up and put on my lashes. So whilst my glue's setting, I'm just going to be taking the shade Perfectionist again. I'm going to be running this all underneath my lash line. So now I'm taking more of a tapered brush. I'm going to go with the shade Thick Skin. I'm just going to go right underneath the waterline with this, focusing mainly on the outer corner. So I'm just applying some mascara now. For today's look, I'm using Baby Doll Cosmetics lashes, and these are in the style 747. I've literally had these lashes for ages now, guys, but every time I wear them I get so many questions about what lashes they are. They are honestly really pretty. So I'm just going to apply the other one. I like to leave my glue to dry for ages because I feel like the lashes go on so much faster and easier. So that is the finished eyeshadow look. I'm just going to put some lipstick on and I'll be right back. So I've just applied Avon Dare to be Bare Liquid Lip Matte Lipstick. So my final thoughts on this palette is I think it blends out really well. I feel like the shimmers maybe aren't quite as pigmented as the mattes. They seem to not come off as strong unless you use your fingers. The colours are really nice and all blend really well together, and I feel like each section has eyeshadow colours to go with it. It's not like there's just a random shade in there that won't go with anything else. So I feel like there's so many looks you could do with this palette. You've got your berry tones, your nudie tones, your yellows and oranges and your pinks, the purples. It's an all round really pretty palette. It's perfect for everyday use, and also if you want to go a bit more wow, this would be a really good palette to take away with you somewhere because it's got everything for your everydays, and then some little extra hints of colour for if you're going out, say. So I really do like this palette. I'll definitely be using it again because I can't wait to get myself into these berry tones. I've really enjoyed using it and I hope to see you all again next week. I've been uploading a little bit more than usual because I've had a lot of extra time on my hands. So if there's anything you want to see or if you want more reviews like this, just let me know and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Have a lovely day.